But this is where today leaves the table, and we spoke beforehand about this being a crucial 3 points for Manchester United, and that's the reason why they still remain 8 adrift of the leaders Manchester City. But you can see there 4 points separate United in second and 7th place Burnley. That's how tight it is towards the top, and aren't Burnley doing well? Meanwhile, towards the bottom, well, Newcastle, who, let's remember, took the lead here at Old Trafford, they remain 11th. 3 defeats on the bounce, though, for the Magpies. That's the concern for Rafael Benitez, and as Jermaine has just said, it's all about taking the positives from this defeat and bouncing back next time out for them. Indeed, they do. A very good day all round for Manchester United. Just to remind you, we're live here until 8:30 this evening. Premier League tonight starts in about 10 minutes' time, but as you've just seen, Paul Pogba, Zlatan Ibrahimic, both back for Manchester United, and they're now both with Des.
Gentlemen, welcome back, both of you. Paul, let's start with the performance tonight. Pleased with that?
Of course, we won. We had the 3 points. That's the most important thing. And then Zlatan came back, I came back, Marcos came back. So we have more effective, so we're happy.
Zlatan, you've waited 7 months for that. It must feel a little bit special.
Feels special, different day, same quality only. So I'm not worried. I'm not worried at all because I know what I do. I train hard, sacrifice a lot, and it's my head that is playing. My knee just need to follow, so I'm not worried at all.
It's a remarkable recovery. You come back a good month early, probably. Was there ever a moment you thought it might not happen?
No, because lions, they don't recover like humans.
We're doing lions again, yeah?
We do the lion again, yeah.
Paul, did you feel the team had a little bit of extra fight in them? Because there's been some criticism of Manchester United despite recent results. Did you feel that in the dressing room?
To be honest, no. I see the same team.
Hasn't even been here.
I feel the same thing. I feel the same atmosphere with the team. Just to come back, the season is very long, so it's not about now. It's about the end of the season. So the criticism, we just forget about them.
What are you two like as spectators? You've had to wait 2 months, you've had to watch, you've had to wait 7 months. What's it like watching United when you can't participate?
To be honest, it hurts a lot because you want to help the team. You cannot, you just do your recovery and everything, and you're just impatient to come back and play.
What about for you, Zlatan? Because it's coming in for being part of the team, coming into the ground. You've missed all of that for a very long time.
It's not easy, especially in my case, because I was on top, I got injured, and from one day to another day I could not do anything more. So it was not like I went on vacation or that. So it was not easy. And then I had a different summer compared to the other ones because I was without contract, even if I was not worried and that. But as soon as I signed, you start to focus on the team and you want to participate every day, every game. Especially with my mentality, I want to be there to give something and to help the team as best as possible. But when you cannot do it, you just have to keep your mind and focus on one objective, and that is to come back. But not only to come back good also, because it's not about coming back. It's about coming back and make a statement. So I've been training a lot, training hard, and I'm here today. So I'm just thankful that I can play football again. I appreciate every time I put the football shoes on me and just walk out on the field. So that is what I'm thinking about now. But now when this is over, we go further, and now we want to do more and more.
Good stuff. We've also got another job for us, Zlatan. Now you're back. You've got to present the Man of the Match award to Paul Pogba. I know you love doing that.
Oh, you mean it's mine?
Thank you. Congratulations and well done for coming back.
Thank you.
I could listen to him all day. Lions don't recover like humans.
It's refreshing to see someone like that. I think we would probably be the same. You could be guilty of being too serious in them interviews after games and taking things too seriously, taking yourself too seriously. He just lightens things up, and what he brings more than anything, even more than ability sometimes, is the personality and the mentality. You talked about they're coming back from an injury, a huge injury. Jermaine, you mentioned you had to finish your career due to that injury. The mental strength that he possesses, and to not only to come back from injuries, but to be a winner. To win consistently, to stay at the top as in a sustained period of time, is mentality driven. You have to be strong. And this Man United dressing room have a lot of young players, the Rashfords, the Martials, the Lingards, who can learn so much from this guy, just being in and around the training ground, and he's vital in that sense.
It's his age as well, isn't it, really?
Yeah.
I mean, it'd have been so easy for Zlatan to kind of call it a day. He's obviously made a fortune in the game. He's won, basically everything there is to win, and there's something within him that just doesn't give up. And I think
maybe a Champions League trophy.
Obviously, that would be in the forefront of his mind as well. He's a winner, and the fact that he's come back a month early. Anybody who has been through that injury,
which you have, 7 months at his age to be out with that is
it's remarkable. It really is. The level of commitment that he's put into his recovery, obviously his diet, the mental side of it, to kind of stay focused and. Not giving up, but just to kind of stay kind of driven towards coming back is special. It was nice to see him back out there today.
And a man who's been out for far less, Paul Pogba, 2 months out for him. What did you make of his return?
I thought at times you look at him and think he looked a bit lacklustre at times, but on the ball, this guy has got playground tricks that he's bringing to a stadium with 80,000 people in it and being viewed by millions. He does things sometimes that you think, how did you do that? His stature, the size of him. This here, he teases the defender, stands him up, see you later, mate. Dinks it to the back post, puts it on a plate for Martial. He had 2 real special moments in the game. That one, and obviously the goal. To understand, to get into position here, runs from the edge of his own box here. Understands straight away there's going to be an opportunity to go forward and score a goal.
I felt in the early stages of the game he was a bit sluggish, but as the game opened up, it allowed him to really kind of open his legs, get himself into goal-scoring opportunities. This goal is all about Marcus Rashford for me. Yes, he's made the run, which is a fantastic one, but the lovely header from Rashford to find him, the unselfishness to do it, and obviously for him to finish it, kind of capped off a really perfect night for him.
I think a huge part, he gets criticism a lot for his defences. For his deficiencies when he's defending Pogba. He hasn't been brought here to do that. That's why Matic is here. He's been brought here to create things. We saw when he's not played, the chances that he creates when he's playing is half when he doesn't play. When he plays, you see he creates things. He's got the personality, he's got the mental strength, as we're talking about Zlatan. He's got that. Give me the ball and I'll create for this team. And we saw that again today. 2 magic moments that he came up with, a goal and an assist. Manchester United over the line.
Yeah, and look, 4 goals today is a team performance, but it's no surprise that he returns from injury and suddenly United find that key to unlock their opponents again. And also Romelu Lukaku getting on the score sheet is what makes it, apart from the goal they conceded, pretty much a perfect night for Jose.
Yeah, I suppose the thing that stood out for me for this is when I saw Jose Mourinho's reaction. It was he obviously very strong. The composure he shows at the end is what goal scorers do, even though they're going through that drought. They know what to do in those moments. They're instinctive. But Mourinho was off the bench, kind of punching
and also
the air.
His teamates were all around him, weren't they? So they obviously realised that it was a big deal for him.
So they know if they're going to be successful, Romelu Lukaku has to be in form and scoring goals, and he hasn't scored in many a game leading up to this. And another thing was interesting today when Zlatan came, when he went out to the right. So is that a sign of things to come when Zlatan's on the pitch? Is he going to be moved out to the right? Are they going to play up front together? It's interesting times at the moment.
Options for Jose Mourinho. Let's hear from him right now. He's talking to Des.
Jose, what pleased you most about that win?
The 3 points, the quality of our performance after Newcastle goal, that mentality to react without panic and to react in a positive way. And obviously the returning of injured players is always nice, and especially in Zlatan's case, such a dramatic injury, and to see him be back is a great emotion.
And we saw Paul Pogba's class set up the first goal, and of course the third goal killed it off. You can see what he brings to the team again.
Different class. What we had in the beginning of the season with Paul and Matic growing up together and being like the engine of the team, we lost a little bit of that because other players are good players, but they have different qualities. So it was good, and I let in Paul's hands how many minutes to play until he was feeling just the first feeling of fatigue. So we made that decision on a good time, and I think great performance for him.
Welcome along to Premier League Tonight. We're live here until 8:30 this evening, followed by live boxing, including Carl Frampton fighting. What are you laughing at already? The show hasn't even started.
I'm just laughing.
Share the joke with the audience at home.
Just said the big hitters back in the studio.
Here he is, finally. The greatest midfielder of his generation.
Thank you. Let's move on.
Who needs Paul's goals? What did you make of the game?
I thought United were very good going forward at times. I listened to the guys at half time. I thought Newcastle were disciplined but expansive at times. But I just thought the front three, I live in the Manchester area and everybody's been United fans crying out for Martial, Rashford, Lukaku to start. And they did. And, Pogba coming back, Ibrahimic, They got an aura about them, those type of players. They're Manchester United players. When I played against United and Jermaine, when you stand in that tunnel before the game, you're seeing those type of players. That's what Manchester United is all about. OK, United fan, Newcastle fan, football fan, whatever, get in touch with the show. We're here for the next 45 minutes. Use the hashtag PL Tonight to get involved. We spoke beforehand when we were pitch side and you said, look, tonight is all about the performance for Newcastle. And immediately I was like, what, isn't it always about the result? Do you still look at that and think actually there were reasons to take positive thoughts away from this game, despite getting beaten by 4-1? No, I do, Look, it was always going to be a difficult place for Newcastle to come and get a result. I think the previous kind of 6 performances that Newcastle had put in, the ones that stand out, Burnley away, Bournemouth at home, little bit lacklustre, didn't seem like scoring. It felt like to me that they'd kind of gone away and worked on, rather than being organised, which Rafa is very good at, it felt like he was trying to find better ways to score goals. They committed more bodies forward today. In the first half, that's as good a 45-minute display I think Newcastle have put in this season. The goals, if he dissects the goals, he'll be disappointed. That's what Rafael Benitez will do. But once you go 2-1 down, you start chasing it. You're trying to get back into the game, and you are going to get opened up. There's genuine, world-class quality out there, and it showed in the end. OK, well, we can actually hear from Rafael Benitez. I've just been told he's in the tunnel and he's with Des, so let's hear from the Newcastle boss now. Did you need to hang on to that lead psychologically, not just for your team, but also with the crowd here getting nervous? Need to hang on to that lead at half-time?
Yeah, we knew that it was important to go half-time maybe with a draw, not at this time, because we were doing really well. But it was obvious that the second goal gave them a lift, and then was more difficult for us in the second half. Is it because you said it's about the class of the United players? That's the difference in the key moments? Yeah, obviously. That is very simple and very clear. When you spend so much money in players with this quality, they are here for that, for making the difference in some games. So you're in a different race, you believe in. Are you punching above your weight in terms of what Newcastle are doing this season? No, I think that we know our strengths and our weaknesses, and then today was a game that we were doing really well for 30 minutes. As soon as they scored the second goal, it was more difficult, and that's it. So it's a massive difference in terms of money spent in the last years, and so you can see that in every situation when you have 1v1 situations or when you have to challenge, and they have the big players with quality, with pace. And then that is the point that I was really pleased and really proud of my players in the first half, but we couldn't manage in the second half. Thank you very much. Cheers. I suppose it's understandable, but it's a shame he just points towards the money thing. I mean, that applies to 3/4 of the teams in the Premier League haven't spent as much as Man United, have they? Yeah, he's right in some ways, but I think immediately after the game, this excuse is a little bit. But yeah, he can take positives, like JJ was saying before, for the first half, the way they played. And I think this is a bit of a gimme, this game here at Old Trafford. You can afford to experiment a little bit. He's not given any chance of winning with this Newcastle team here, so he could maybe play with being a little bit more expansive. I think Rafa's natural way is to defend first and be in a real tight shape, 2 solid blocks, hard to break down. And this was a little bit different to what you normally see from a Rafa team. And as I said, I think here he could experiment, and he probably will go back a little bit to basics against other teams. And I keep on waiting for like a big win for a big team to say, great, the title race is on. But City just keep on winning. They're just not showing any signs of slowing down, are they? 8 points still between United and City. It's 10 consecutive wins on the bounce. They are a machine at the moment, and they're doing it in unbelievable style. They're doing it where you're looking at some of their goals, you're looking at some of their approach play from their attacking players as sublime. It's just beautiful to watch, and I'm saying that as someone who's on the red side of Manchester, but it is great to watch. Pep Guardiola's got them playing football that you'd pay to watch. Record that, City fans, and play it back. Sublime to watch.